in space for couple time.
Sometimes she falls asleep for
For
like a half hour.
That's funny.
Do you find it's harder to communicate being sleep deprived?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Definitely. We get into like little arguments that don't really have any
And
grounds.
I'm a wreck because I'd already been working like 10 hours a day, 7 days a week for like 3 years, and now it's like that's not changing, but now there's a baby too. So
And he saves all of his
awful.
positive energy for her, so I don't get any of it.
Well, you're a grown up, okay? You take care of your own goddamn self.
No, you're nice to me sometimes.
Yeah, come on. You look like Pol Pot over here.
And have you guys been considering budgets?
We had a sonogram and it all looked good, and it was, how many weeks was it?
6.
No, it was more
at
than
the
that. It was
time
like
of the heart- it was
8.
Before the heart, it was at the time of the heartbeat. 5.
No, it was a little later than that.
What was
8
the date?
weeks. I don't know, but I think it was like around 8 weeks, something like that. But anyways, it was the same doctor that had done the amnio for Ariston. And Mike actually asked him, he's like, is it okay to tell people yet? Because one of the reasons, like the impetus that I had to tell people was because I was so tired and so like totally MIA. Like I wasn't responding to emails. All I wanted to do was sleep. I was really nauseous. And I felt like if I don't have an excuse for this, it's like it just looks really weird. So that was
In fact, she was setting up for a show. And,
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
She
I
had
was
to
setting
ask
up-
the gallerist if she could provide more resources.
because
more
I was
help with
lifting.
things.
I had like hundreds of 2x4s I needed to lift, and there was no way I should be lifting
She
them
didn't
at
wanna
that
come
point.
across as being, a princess.
I'm a really hard worker, and I
So-
don't ask for stuff like that. So I had to kind of justify asking for assistance for building this thing and whatever. So we asked the doctor, and he was like, everything looks good. I feel it's safe to tell people. He thought he felt comfortable
He
with
also
it
told us that
and stuff. So
Any lowlights or, like you said, trouble sleeping, or any things that you would say are a struggle?
well, we have the struggle. The whole work thing is a big struggle, and like how to negotiate our time, and like lack of sleep creates tension because everyone's on edge, and that's always stressful. So, and Mike is an awful sleeper, and I'm not a great sleeper now because he wakes me up and I have to pee, and then I'm too hot and he's too cold, and like it's just because I'm like a furnace right now. So like stupid things like that, but it's like a domino effect. So then you're cranky in the morning. So then both of us are upset that the other one was cranky, and then that just fuels the fire of like negativity. So that's frustrating, and it's something to watch out for and work on, and like realize and just like stop before it gets stupid. But hopefully that's all like come together. And we have a great babysitter now, which is really helpful. I think I'm still a little more emotional than I was with Ariston. And I don't know if that's... I should just look it up. If it's because it's a girl, there's different hormones and more moodiness or something. But I definitely like have my energy back, and I'm not nauseous, and I'm hungry, which is nice. And yeah, I feel good. And I know like once come third trimester, I'll probably start to get tired again. And I do get tired. I definitely like need sleep, which I don't get as much of as I did with the first time because I have him. But it's okay.
any
No pregnancy, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. Everyone talks about pregnancy brain, and they kind of write off everything that when you're forgetful or clumsy or just like spacey and stuff as pregnancy brain. But I was reading about it a little while ago, and it was saying it's just because you're not getting enough rest. It's like the same effect you'd have if you were like always sleep deprived, which probably is relatively true. But it's very funny when it's just like you just forget things, like you forget names and you forget. But I have the pregnancy excuse, which is kind of nice to fall back on. But yeah, I definitely fall into the category of misplacing things and forgetting things, and doing like silly things, like going to put like your phone in the fridge or something just really bizarre
Phone in
without
the
thinking.
fridge.
Yeah, like you just have it and it actually frustrated me, and not frustrated, but kind of disturbed me a little bit because I've been hungry, and that's probably one of the reasons, besides her growing, that I've gained like so much weight in just a week. But yesterday I was really tired. I didn't get good sleep, and I woke up very early because Ariston woke up early, and I was tired all day, and I was so not hungry. Like I didn't want food, and I realized at the end of the day that all I had all day was a banana and like a little taco at an opening, like the mini little things, and like I still wasn't hungry, and I kind of forced myself to just at least have some yogurt, something healthy. But it was kind of strange, like the fact that I'm overtired makes me not hungry at all, because it's not healthy. I mean, we need to at least sustain our caloric necessity besides adding to it for the baby. So I thought that was strange, because you'd think that like Mother Nature would somehow make you hungry anyways because you need it for the baby, and it didn't. So anyways, I do watch what I eat.
Are you
Of
conscious
course.
of a certain percentage of?
So I guess if that had been off, maybe then they would have proceeded. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with the idea that in a few months I'm not going to sleep for a whole year. That's what's really upsetting me right now. Like, I don't know if I can handle that. It's just that's really hard. The lack of sleep, and like the fact with Ariston, when I didn't have any sleep, at least it was just me and him, and I had already like accepted like this world of everything just being blurry for a while. But if I'm gonna have to also just be present for him, that'll
Are you
be tricky.
investigating any possible sleep training method?
I don't know. Wait, it's like everyone has different tolerances. With Mike, like he's always a bad sleeper. So interestingly enough, when he was not getting any sleep with Ariston, that didn't change. Like it didn't affect him as dramatically as it like did me or some other people who normally sleep. So I don't know. But what's nice to see actually is I think he's getting a little more excited about her, which is interesting. I think partially like he wanted a boy in but I think he's kind of over that. But he's been, I don't know, he's just been too busy in his own thing. But now he's like actually, like I find him like touching my tummy a lot and talking about her and the new baby. And so maybe it's just the fact that I'm much bigger and it's like more present. But that's nice. So I think it's just like more present. So
Speaking of, as a stranger, are we good for time?
yeah.
That was Dominique, not me.
That's
a
very
low
funny.
light, something.
Well, a low light. Well, one thing is I've been getting really tired, which is driving me crazy because I have so much I want to try to accomplish in the next 6 weeks, and just feeling like by 4 o'clock, I'm like done. I'm done. I have to like take a nap or rest, and it's frustrating. It's because I try to like push through it, and you just can't, because it's one thing when you're pushing through it for yourself, but you're really hindering your pregnancy and your health if you're going to push through while being tired. So that's frustrating a lot. And the fact that I'm just realizing that there's no way that I'll meet all my deadlines with what I needed to get done. So it's like I try not to beat up too much on myself for it. My belly's getting bigger. The past couple of weeks it really popped, which is nice, because then I'm noticing her a lot more. But yeah, essentially I'm just really trying to concentrate on getting healthy. And it's hard because, with a second child, first child, but with having a kid, you don't have as much time to sleep or rest. So I haven't been able to get enough rest. I think that's part of the reason that I'm getting sick all the time. So that's my little entry for today, and hopefully I'll be less congested next time, so my voice isn't so nasal. I know I do have pregnancy brain sometimes.
Do you have any idea, is pregnancy brain real or just?
From what I read, it's mostly related to like lack of sleep and just distractedness. I don't think it's like an actual like you're not getting enough blood to your brain or something like that. But it's real because you are getting lack of sleep and you are distracted, and you know, and then it goes into mommy brain. So it's like, forget it. I think maybe in 20 years I'll get my brain back. But then it's like too far gone. The synapses just aren't working anymore.
Oh, I did let out a really big fart in bed. It was at home, but my husband laughed at me. And I think I did. The thing is that I didn't realize I did it. I was sleeping. And then he just started laughing. And it woke me up out of my sleep. And he was just like, and I'm not a farter. But I was like, I am so sorry. He just was laughing because he was like, I can't believe that. He couldn't believe it happened. Because Chris was like, oh, you know, I want the baby to sleep with us in the bedroom. Like, the baby's probably not going to use their crib for a while. So it looks like the people just use the pack and plays for bassinet type of things. So I wanted one that had shelving on the side of it so that I could put like the diapers and wipes and stuff like that. Everything that we need right there. Well, you have to sleep on your side. The left side preferably when you're pregnant. And then when I'm not I'm having a hard time remembering what I slept like before. I think I sleep on my stomach to my side. I think I go from my side to like sleeping on my stomach. It just seemed like a lot, like a big old like spaceship type thing. But everybody loves it? That's good to know. Okay. It has like over 1,000 reviews on Amazon, and they're all like 4.8, I think. All right.
Everybody's asleep. Chris is asleep. The dog is asleep. For a while there, the baby was up with me, but I don't feel her moving around anymore, so I think she's asleep. Only person in this house that's up is me. And everybody keeps saying, oh, you're pregnant. Congratulations. Get your sleep now because you're not going to be able to get any sleep when the baby comes. Well, I'm not getting sleep now. So, I wonder what the difference is going to be. Anyways, I better go so I can try and sleep.
I'm getting good rest. I'm not sleeping my day away like I was in the first trimester. Second trimester rocks. This week's hunt was for the body pillow. I'm 19 weeks.
Okay.
As of yesterday.
And it's challenging because I realize now that I am actually a stomach sleeper and a side sleeper. So a lot of times I want to roll on my stomach and sleep, but I can't. So it's been a really big challenge to try and sleep on my side and then try and figure out what to do with my arms when I'm on my side. I was sleeping on the couch the other day and my left arm went to sleep, and that was really aggravating when I woke up. So yeah, trying to find the perfect pillow and just trying to research what everyone has to say out there. It's just a lot. Because you go on Amazon. What I did was I went on Amazon and I Googled first top rated maternity pillows. And the first thing that comes up is Amazon. So you go to Amazon, they give you a list of all these maternity pillows that people like. And some of them, like the Leech Go one with the U has over 1,000. It has over 1,100 reviews, and it's got 4.8 out of 5 stars. So one would say, "Oh, let me go ahead and buy that." But what I did was I go immediately to the negative reviews and I see what people are saying that are the negative things about it. And if multiple people are saying the same thing, then I'm probably not going to get it. And so it was over like 20 people saying the seam in the pillow digs into the neck. And though there's 1,100 reviews, people saying that they like it and stuff, that might be something that I don't want to deal with as a seam. So I'd rather choose something else negative that I don't think is that big of a deal to deal with, if that makes sense, from a different pillow. So that's what I'm dealing with. I'm just gonna do this for now. I went and I made Chris take me to Target to get that because I am sick and tired of sleeping with just that single pillow in between my legs, and it's getting flatter and flatter every night. So, yeah, and I wake up more often than not with it not in between my legs. So it's kind of useless. Last night I didn't really sleep that much because I had a lot of indigestion and just uncomfortable. My dog. So yeah, there's that. And then also she starts kicking about 20 minutes after I wake up and then sleeps pretty much all day. She's quiet right now. And then I start feeling her again around 8:30. And then I haven't been able to sleep a lot lately. Like last night I had 2 hours of sleep. So I'm doing pretty good right now on 2 hours of sleep. But throughout the night, like she was kicking and stuff. So she was up with me. Chris and the dog were asleep, but me and Vivian were up. It's 6 a.m. on, what is today? April 4th. And I cannot sleep. Chris came to bed at like 4 a.m. He was done working. And when he came to bed, I got up to go pee and I couldn't go back to sleep. And that's like the 4th or 5th time that's happened now. And it's probably the 2nd time this week that that's happened. So I'm out in the living room and I'm gonna watch some TV to try and get me to go back to sleep. Also this week, insomnia has started. There's been 2 nights this week where I've gotten up at, well, last night I got up at 3 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep until, I think 6. And then the 2 nights before that, I woke up at 4 and didn't go back to sleep at all. Got up and taught a yoga class. Don't know how I did that. I was exhausted. I only had 2 hours of sleep. And then I slept when I came back home. Also, I'm developing crazy allergies. Night when I couldn't sleep, all I could think about was like nibbling on her little fingers and her little toes.
Make sure she's got 5 on each extremity.
Yeah, we'll do that first thing. After I hear her cry. You gonna catch her, right?
Nope.
Why?
I'm gonna be up there with you.
You don't want to catch her?
You know, I saw a videotape of her birthing once.
Half sleeps.
I just want it to be over with. I just need to get past it. And once I get past it, I feel like my head will be a little bit clearer. It's funny going through all the pre-surgical testing. They're asking, like, if I have any trouble sleeping or, if I wake up and feel just unsettled. And it was like, yes, but I'm pretty sure all of this has to do with why I'm here right now. So I don't think it has any other underlying condition that I have that you need to be looking into. I just think it's because, I'm a pregnant person who has cancer. I'm about to get surgery to remove this, and everything's uncertain. I said to my friend that it's like I'm in the middle of like well, I'm already at that point because I can barely shower now with this thing coming out of me. So I'm kind of like, I miss a shower badly. It takes a lot of stuff to go on here to do it. It's just really, so I was like, oh, once this tube comes out, I'll be able to like shower like a normal person and still just like going to sleep. Like I'm not sleeping through the night anyway. I haven't been for a long time. So the idea of like not sleeping through the night because some little being is going to need me is much better than not sleeping through the night, because when I go to move over, I have to take this tube and move it to the other side of me and make sure that I'm not pulling anything out. It's just so much more exciting to not sleep for a child than it is to not sleep because of a medical device that's still like attached to you.
Because you did the
We
CVS.
did the CVS, yeah, so we're fine.
So
they called me, which was so perfect because we had found out the preliminary results, which was that everything was good and the woman gave us good news and all that stuff. But she still hadn't like spoken to me over the phone and told me everything. So when I woke up on Tuesday morning at the hospital, I was sitting there and I was like eating breakfast, and I got a phone call and it was her. And she was like, oh, I'm glad I caught you. I just wanted to let you know, like, everything's perfect. Everything's great. It was just so wonderful to have that call on that moment. Like, just, had everything removed day before. I wake up the next morning and they're calling to tell me, like, oh, yeah. And so she's like, well, so you already know the sex. Now everything's good. And I was like, well, could you just say it in one sentence for me too? And she was like, you have a very healthy baby girl. And I was like, oh, thank you so much.
Good job.
Yeah, so excited.
Anything I forgot?
No, I just slept a lot this week. I slept and ate. That was it, eating and sleeping.